All right, let's look out there with a live cam. We're starting like in the mid 60s. I'm enjoying that start because I know things are going to warm up over the weekend.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, 6 a.m. on your Friday, May 17th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Before we get to Mike, we start with that deadly severe weather across parts of southeast Texas and storming through Houston overnight. At least 4 people are dead as powerful storms toppled trees into homes. Over 1 million Texans were left in the dark as howling winds and rain battered the area. And as it continues east, areas from Louisiana to Florida could see severe flooding today.
And here is a look at some video from Minute Maid Park as the Astros were taking on the Oakland A's last night. Those Astros got the win, but outside the park, most of downtown saw heavy damage overnight. So let's check in now with Mike to see what's in store for today. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we've been watching some showers and some storms down to the south. First of all, here in town, we do have some clouds. I think sunrise may be okay this morning. Pleasant temperatures as well. But here's what we've been watching. Now, these have really settled down. This did produce severe weather. There was a severe thunderstorm warning that was allowed to expire at 5:45 this morning. And even though, and as you can see, even the number of lightning strikes has definitely died down, these 2 spots right here in northeastern McMullen County, just about to work its way into Live Oak County, there's still some small hail being reported in there. Less than 1-inch diameter hail, but maybe about nickel to penny sized hail right with that, and some very hefty downpours. Same thing with that cell that's moving into the southwestern corner of McMullen County. Obviously, as you can see, everything is working its way up to the northeast, 25 miles per hour. So you're going to be getting, if you're going down 37, you're hitting some fairly hefty downpours around here. We've seen about 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, maybe a little bit more than that in places. So there may be some ponding, some flooding in some of the low-lying areas, some of the streams and creeks down here, because it's been coming down all at once. Rainfall rates at one point were 5, 6, 7 inches per hour. Even a little bit of light rain around Atascosa County, Floresville, Kennedy, and the southern portion of Bexar County. So like I said, going down 37, you want to watch it. And even a few lightning strikes are being detected right there in portions of Wilson County. That will all continue to work its way, like I said, off to the northeast, mainly affecting our south and southeastern counties. Temperatures, that's the other big story this morning. It's kind of pleasant out there. 65 degrees in town. We're actually a few degrees below normal, believe it or not. Humidity is down. 50s in portions of the hill country. You might want to grab a jacket out there. Mold is moderate. Grass is on the low side. Drier air came in behind that entire big system, which did produce all of that severe weather and heavy rain off to the east of us in Houston last night. For us, there's the rain chances this morning. Just those few leftover showers, thunderstorms down to the southeast. They're going to be dying down as the morning rolls on. We're going to keep a fair amount of clouds around here today. Not completely socked in, though. 78 at noon, and then a high temperature today up to 85. Then we have another chance for a couple of showers out in portions of the hill country. Just little glitches moving by, if you will. Not any big rain event. The weekend, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be hot, and it's going to get hotter. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on?
All right, Mike. Yeah, and you know what? We always want to remind people, turn around, don't drown, especially in those low water crossings. High water areas can be tricky spots there, especially in the southern parts of our viewing area. As we take a look here at the greater San Antonio area, our TransGuide traffic cameras here, 35 southbound at Loop 410. So this actually be our traffic here coming in from Loop 410 south onto that 35 exit. You see, that's actually the Somerset exit right there. So we had a couple of stalled vehicles in this area. TxDOT, the Hero truck just showed up here a little while ago. So it looks like we had a stalled vehicle in this area, and we have another one further up the road. So something to keep in mind for our drivers on the southwest side of town as we take a look at our maps here. Again, this is going to be affecting all of our traffic coming in south from Loop 410, Quintana Road, Old Pearsall Road. Keep that one in mind, and especially if you're coming up from the Von Ormy area in the I-35 Fisher area as well. The other sort of delay that we're seeing at the moment right now is going to be construction related. This is going to be 35 northbound right there from Agora Parkway all the way down to Topperwine Road, but just kind of the ongoing situation that we see there on the northeast side of town. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good. We cleared out some construction, 90 Nogalitos, also some construction there, 281 at 1604. But coming up, we are going to tell you about that big closure taking place this weekend on the far northwest side, 1604 and I-10. We'll tell you all about that here in just a bit. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police arrested 3 men accused of being in an organized crime ring involving stealing vehicles before crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. 19-year-old Adrian Flores, 19-year-old Jesus Gonzalez Jr., and 22-year-old Andres Escobar, 22, were arrested Wednesday night. According to a Facebook post from SAPD, the department's Regional Auto Crimes Task Force had been investigating a group of vehicle thieves that was stealing high-end trucks in the San Antonio area. The department says more arrests are expected in the near future.
A woman is behind bars this morning accused of shooting up a drive-thru at McDonald's late last year. 32-year-old Samantha Anthony is accused of shooting into a drive-thru window of a McDonald's on South Laredo Street back on December 30th, 2023. Now, according to an arrest affidavit, she had a problem with her order and shot 8 times through the glass of a window in the pickup line. Fortunately, no employees or customers were hurt.
To a developing story, a mosquito pool tested positive this week for West Nile virus here in San Antonio. According to Metro Health, the infected pool trap was collected on the southwest side near 410 and Ray Ellison. It's the same area where the first positive test occurred last year. Future positive mosquito pools will be updated on Metro Health's website. We've got the details on KSAT.com.
And tonight, a woman is in jail after Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say she shot and killed her soon-to-be ex-husband. 51-year-old Veronica Crow remained silent as she walked in front of our cameras yesterday. So she was arrested in connection to the shooting death of a 49-year-old Damian Crow at a home on Pico de Aguila, not far from Sierra Hermosa and Kyle Seal Parkway. Now, BCSO says he was shot in the head while he was asleep on the sofa. According to Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar, the couple had been going through marital issues.
There's some indicators that they were in the process of ending that marriage, so there was definitely some marital strife going on.
Well, the sheriff went on to say that there were no reports of any trouble at the home prior to what happened that day. Now, we also want to remind you, if you or a loved one is experiencing domestic violence, please get help. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now, and that will take you to a list of free resources where you can get the help you need.
Have you seen these suspects? The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is still looking for the people who shot up a home in northeast Bexar County, killing a 4-year-old girl and injuring her siblings. This happened over a week ago on Windsor Hollow near Walsham Road. And this morning, BCSO told us every time we run this story, their office receives new tips about suspects. So if you know anything about this case, please call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 210-336-6000. Well, now to a live look over the city of Houston this morning at this hour. Roughly 700,000 customers remain without power, according to CenterPoint Energy. Strong winds blasted through downtown Houston last night, knocking out skyscraper windows and knocking down trees.
Well, you can take a look at the video from our sister station KPRC in Houston. You can see electric towers knocked to the ground in the neighborhood. Crews there say they have seen power poles snapped in half or leaning all the way to the side. Many power lines are down, crisscrossing and resembling spider webs. The entire area was in the dark overnight. However, crews were able to catch up with one man who described what he saw.
All I could see was just the winds and trash cans and branches flying everywhere. There was no plans for me to go out, but my fiance needs food and she's pregnant, so I was kind of in an emergency. I saw lights over there, but it turns out it was just like the FedEx station. I was kind of hoping I could get somewhere, and then the wires over here kind of just stopped me in my tracks, and I've kind of just been sitting here.
In downtown, almost an entire brick wall of a nightclub was ripped apart by the storm. As of 3 in the morning, most school districts are closed for today.
Well, rough night over in Houston metro area. 6:09 back here in San Antonio, 65 degrees.
Well, still to come today is the first day for live music at the Tejano Conjunto Festival at Rosedale Park. What visitors can expect to see this weekend coming up before 6:30.
And after this break, a legendary track coach in Poth is being honored for a remarkable career. His message to former and current student athletes as he rides off into retirement.
Looking out there with live cam, of course, we have heavy storms to the south of us, but we're okay in the downtown area at 65 degrees. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. 6:13 this morning. A beloved South Texas track coach is taking his final victory lap.
Yeah, Coach Joe McKinney served 34 years in the Poth School District, and now he's being honored as he rides into the sunset of retirement. Here's ABC's David Muir.
In Poth, Texas, outside San Antonio, the entire community celebrating Coach Joe McKinney, the track coach for 34 years for the Poth School District, doing so well, taking his teams to states, impacting so many young lives. Before he officially retires, watch what happened. Right after Coach Joe's very last home track meet, the surprise, 75 students, past and present, taking to the track. One final victory lap with their coach. Their shirts with the message, "We'll miss you," rounding the bend. Joined by his wife, Becky. And after they crossed the finish line, Coach Joe must have known the Gatorade cooler was coming.
Hi, David. Welcome to Poth, Texas.
After drying off, Coach Joe.
To see people come back that I haven't seen in years and say that I had a little bit of impact on their life has been very touching.
His daughter, Kira.
I love how he treats everyone, and I love how close he is to the community.
Senior, Katem Luna.
Coach McKinney just is always there for me. He supports me in everything I do.
Junior, Aiden Reed.
With his great coaching and teachings, I am now the state runner-up in UIL 3A shot put. I want to show Coach McKinney the support he showed me.
The students, past and present, showing up for their coach to thank him for changing their lives.
You heard that right. That was World News Tonight's David Muir reporting. And congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, congratulations, Coach McKinney. That was outstanding, and I'm sure it meant a lot to him that everybody showed up there on the track.
And made national news.
Yes, very, very cool.
Let's check on RJ Marquez and our morning commute. What is going on at 10 in the Y?
Yeah, guys, so things have certainly gotten busy over the past 15 minutes or so. Check this out right here. I-10, the lower level entrance there at, if you're headed down the westbound lanes right now at the Y, we have got what right now is being reported as an accident there in the lower level. So that has been completely shut down. So this is all of our traffic going on the upper levels right now. And you already have all that bridge work that's taking place there. So that's already reduced down to one lane. Now we are bottlenecking all of our traffic coming out of the downtown area to the near northwest side. Have another shot here at the backup that we're seeing there at I-10 at Frio. So this is the lower levels right here. SAPD on the scene. Just got off the phone with TransGuide. They said that a Hero truck is headed out there right now, but still trying to gather a little bit more information on what exactly is going on right here. So right now traffic being diverted I-10 westbound to the upper level. But again, we already have it reduced down to one lane. So it is not looking good out there for our drivers. If you are headed out the downtown area right now, I would suggest finding some alternate options here, and I'll help you out with that here in just a little bit. The rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good for the most part. We still have that stalled vehicle, 35410 Von Ormy area, not causing too many delays, and we have a stalled vehicle right there, 410 westbound Harry Wurzbach Road, and of course that ongoing construction on the northeast side of town. All right. Cannot mention this enough times because we have a major closure starting tonight. The interchange 1604 at I-10, all 4 cloverleafs, that's going to be shut down. I-10 east and west from UTSA Boulevard to La Cantera shut down. 1604 from La Cantera past Northwest Military, past Blanco to Stone Oak Parkway. That will be closed down here as they continue all that that bridge and that beam work there in that interchange area. But there is maybe a little bit of hope here. Hopefully by Sunday during the day, they do maybe anticipate opening up the main lanes of 1604 east and west, basically from Vance Jackson to Stone Oak Parkway, and there will be an additional main lane. So 3 main lanes in each direction. Hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed that
yes.
that they could get that work done there on the far north side.
A nice little taste of the new wider 1604.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. Just got to kind of get past, especially tonight into tomorrow for sure.
Saturday.
Definitely got to get past those couple days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warning.
Yeah. When it's all said and done, 5 lanes in each direction.
5 lanes in each direction.
Okay.
Yes.
That'd be
basically
good.
From 281 to I-10. So yeah. When we get there.
When we get there. Yes.
I'm still thinking about the story from Poth. And
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I mean, everybody, you know, you and or a teacher with your kids, you know, that really you think back and they're always going to remember them, and I remember so.
That's a special way to do that.
I love, and the kids on the track. That kind of brings a little bit of a tear.
Feel good story of the morning, right?
Yes, I love it.
Great, yeah. So, okay, speaking of feeling good, it feels good outside here in town. We've got 64 degrees and lower humidity. We've got those showers and storms to the south. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And then 85 high temperature today. Plenty of clouds, not completely socked in. And then there's a small chance for a couple of showers out in the hill country. Little disturbance later on tonight. Not really a big deal, but enjoy today because it is definitely going to be changing. We are looking off to the east right now. You can sort of see a little bit of the glow. We do have some clouds out there, but off on the left-hand side of your screen, a little bit of the glow of the sunrise this morning. All right, down to the south. I've been watching these storms, which really just exploded. I mean, there was nothing showing up on radar. A couple little spots about 3 o'clock this morning, but boy, these things really got going. Did produce severe storms at one point. We had that severe thunderstorm warning for the southwestern portion of LaSalle County. Now, even though things have definitely settled down, you can see nowhere near as many lightning strikes out there. We still have some really hefty downpours. There had been a little bit of hail. We're not picking up any hail as of right now. But as far as the rainfall rates on these things, it's coming down right now at the rate in this cell there of 7 inches per hour. This cell right in the heart of it, about 4, maybe 5 inches per hour. Of course, that doesn't mean you're going to be getting that much rain. However, with these things, they're moving off to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. So a good pace, but not just screaming on through. So they're sort of taking their time a little bit. So you may run into some flooding in some of the low-lying areas. And as this crosses right over 37, the heart of that, if you're going down there, that's just going to be some of that blinding rain. It's almost coming down hard enough, you know, kind of pull off to the side of the road, sort of blinding rain. And as far as how much rain has fallen, some of the radar estimates going back here in toward portions of LaSalle County, we're looking at right there, the bullseye, just over 2 inches of rain. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it has all come down all in one fell swoop pretty much with those very hefty downpours. And as far as a little bit closer into town, as you can see, we do have some of these showers that continue to work their way in through parts of Atascosa County, Wilson County, Floresville, Kennedy, over toward Cuero, and then even up toward Gonzales, maybe a couple of these showers. So we have some of these showers down to the south. Looks like some have grazed 1604 on the south side as well. 50s in the hill country right now, very dry air as well. And throughout the next few days, we are going to, like I said, enjoy today because the temperatures are going to be going up. We'll still have decent humidity tomorrow, allowing us to start off in the 60s. I mean, some of it out there. Then we get up to 95 in the afternoon. But then notice how the low temperatures stay in the mid 70s next week. That means there's lots of humidity. It will drop slightly in the afternoon. We go through that usual kind of cycle, but still, it is going to be scorching next week. Maybe a chance of rain by late next week.
And we thanked Justin yesterday. Got to thank you this morning for officially not putting 100 on there yet.
Yes, well, we can handle that 99 on Wednesday.
Looking at some of the long-range models, you know, they're kind of going triple digits.
Sure.
No.
Not yet. Don't go there unless you have to.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
But thank you, Mike. There will be hundreds along the Rio Grande Valley, though, and already have been.
And they thank you, too.
Yes.
621, 65 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Before my doctor and I chose Breasttree for my COPD, I had bad days. Flare-ups that could permanently damage my lungs. With Breasttree, things changed for me. Breasttree gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, I noticed my lung function improved. It helped improve my symptoms. And Breasttree was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. So now, I look forward to more good days.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Welcome back at 6:25. Well, happening today, it is the first day for live music at the 42nd Annual Tejano Conjunto Festival at Rosedale Park. The live music starts tonight at 6 p.m. and that daily admission will cost you $20. And we have all the details, including the performance lineup, right now on our website at KSAT.com. So the festival goes through Sunday.
Morgan's Inspiration Island, the splash park built for people of all abilities, opens today for the summer season. Inspiration Island is next to Morgan's Wonderland and includes 5 large splash pads and sports services like waterproof wheelchairs. The inclusive splash park will be open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on select dates through September 26th. Capacity is somewhat limited, so people are asked to purchase tickets online. We've got all those details over at KSAT.com.
Well, the time now 6:25 and 65 degrees for now.
And check TransGuide. It seems like now almost every day we have some sort of major accident or traffic issue regarding construction. So we're going to update on that. Don't forget about all the magic that's happening at 10 and 1604 this weekend.
For the first time, San Antonians can head straight to Europe from right here, our local airport. We're going to tell you when the flights take off coming up.
Thank you, Patty. And outside with live cam right now, red in the morning, sailor's warning. And yes, we have had some storms out there early this morning, well south and southwest of San Antonio. Mike has your Friday forecast coming up.
Well, happy Friday. It is May 17th and the last morning, well, for a little bit, that we're going to have nice mid-60s temperatures.
Yeah, the trend is definitely headed the other direction. Mike Ostrage is here, and we do have to enjoy this morning's more comfortable temperatures.
Well, yeah, with all the, everything that moved through last night, those storms up to the north and same system that just pummeled Houston did bring in some drier air, and tomorrow's still going to be an okay morning. More on that coming up. First of all, as you can see, plenty of clouds out there, just a little bit of the glow of the sunrise this morning. Temperature is at 65 degrees. We're actually a couple of notches below normal. That number, dew point 61. This time of year, you take that. Did fantastic out there, and wind out of the north at 8 miles per hour. That's down about 10 degrees compared to where we were yesterday, because it was very, very humid around here, of course, yesterday. Here's what's going on down to the south. 3.5 hours ago, there was nothing out there. These cells came across the Rio Grande and really started to blow up. Did produce some severe weather down there just to the south of Cotulla earlier this morning. Now, even though things are really dying down, we still got a couple of hefty cells moving right across 37. Downpours are anywhere from 5 to 7 inches per hour. Doesn't mean you'll get that much, but that's kind of that blinding rain where you just sort of want to pull over, and then another cell in behind that, maybe a little bit of tiny hail. We've had still some reports of some hail in some of these cells that are moving off to the northeast. We do have some rain around Atascosa County, and then Floresville, Wilson County, Kennedy, and moving off to the northeast. A couple of these showers have grazed the extreme southern and southeastern portion of Bexar County this morning. That will continue to work their way off to the northeast. Look at that, 50s again out in portions of the hill country, so might actually want to grab a sweatshirt for the kids this morning. And mold is on the moderate side. Grass is low. The updated count is going to be coming out in just a couple of hours. So very pleasant. We do have those showers and the storms to the south and to the southeast now. And then mostly cloudy throughout the day, mid 80s. And then a couple of showers northwest later on this evening. We've got another little disturbance moving on through here. The weekend's going to be heating up. We'll still have okay humidity. It'll still be tolerable, but as we go into next week, it gets even hotter and we're going to have a lot more humidity. There is a small glimmer of hope for something about a week from today. I mean, it's still a long way off, but at least there's perhaps some light at the end of the tunnel for some showers late next week. More on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Huge mess out there.
Yes, Mike. So let's go ahead and start with some good news first, because it is Friday. So hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. But if you're about to step outside right now, I-10 downtown at the Y, we definitely have some pretty major backups in this area. So again, that good news is that it looks like they have reopened the lower level of I-10 I-10 there. This is our westbound traffic coming out of the downtown area right there, right at Frio Street. And of course, we have all that bridge work that's taking place on the upper level of I-10 in this area. So a couple different things to let you know about. We're still seeing some pretty good backups here for all of our drivers coming into 35. Again, if you're coming in 35 north, exiting I-10 west, probably going to run into some of these delays in this area right now. San Pedro Avenue up to Fredericksburg Road, that might be a potential option if you want to try and get around this. And we also have 35 at 37 here, a stalled vehicle in that area. So again, downtown very busy on this Friday morning. Construction taking place here. Topperwine Road all the way down to Judson Road, 35 northbound right now. A little bit of a standstill for all of our drivers on the northeast side of town. We have a camera. I'm going to show you that back up there in just a little bit. A couple other stalled vehicles that you know about. Southwest side right there, Loop 410, 35 Von Army area, and then also 410 westbound at Harry Wurzbach on the near northeast side of town. Let's show you that camera there at this backup here, 35 northbound at Topperwine Road. So this has actually gotten a little bit better over the past couple of minutes or so, but you do see some significant delays right there in the northeast side. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Taking a live look near San Antonio International Airport this morning. If you're traveling this weekend or have big plans, how about getting away to Germany this weekend? In about 11 hours time, you could be there. It's all thanks to the first nonstop transcontinental flight to Europe that's taking off tonight from San Antonio International.
So it is the first direct flight ever to Europe from the Alamo City, and that's getting a lot of folks very excited.
Patty Santos is live over at the airport with what you can do in Frankfurt, Germany. Patty, guten Morgen.
Hey, good morning. And you know, I was going to ask you, have you been to Germany? Your world travel tour, I'm sure you have, but I was looking up to see what you can do. And I understand there's a lot of museums out there. There's river tours. There's also trains that can connect you to other European countries. They're maybe an hour away or so. So I looked up some of the flights just a few hours ago, and the cheapest flight right now is about $500 one way, so you can stay as long as you want. Here's a little bit more about this. The flight is operated by Condor Airlines, the company that's been around since the 1950s. They're using the brand new Airbus, the 330 Neos, which seats about 300 people. The first flight coming into San Antonio is carrying about 150 people from Frankfurt, and then the plane will take off back to Germany carrying about 200 people. I was told business class was almost sold out, and the flights are taking off 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I got a chance to talk to the airline director of sales, who tells me they want to be the first airline to fly South Texas across the pond nonstop. That's something they're very proud of.
If they want to go into Europe, we're flying them nonstop into the heart of Europe, into Frankfurt, where it's easy to get pretty much anywhere in about an hour and a half by air or even by train.
And airport leaders have been working for many, many years trying to connect San Antonio to somewhere in Europe, and it's finally happening. And this is so important because they say it opens up business opportunities for South Texas. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Patty. Well, American Airlines will soon start its push to fly direct routes from San Antonio to Washington, D.C., and this comes after President Biden signed a bill to approve the Federal Aviation Administration reauthorization bill. So that authorizes 5 new round-trip slots into Ronald Reagan National Airport. With service from American Airlines, San Antonio hopes to become one of these destinations. So this is a route that city and state leaders have wanted for several years. Greater San Antonio, Texas says this will help the military, civilians, and businesses.
Even though we are growing, we are not losing what is the essence of our city, what brings us together, the neighborly aspect of it, the community aspect of it. You know, the fact that you're one margarita away from a major decision maker anywhere you go in this town. So I am not afraid of the growth of San Antonio because I do believe in the soul of our city.
Well, here at home, new funding is coming in to keep the Migrant Resource Center open. While some migrants have taken shelter at the airport, the majority have relied on the center for help. San Antonio City Council voted 10-1 to accept just over $21 million from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. District 10 Councilman Mark White was the lone opposing vote. The now approved council ordinance says the money will cover operational costs at the MRC through September of 2026. The city's migrant dashboard shows the number of migrants taking shelter in San Antonio has dropped over the last few months.
For the second time in 2 days, police arrested a Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD student for taking a gun to school. 17-year-old Samuel Rodriguez is now facing a felony charge. No one was hurt in that incident yesterday, and it happened at Allison Steele Enhanced Learning Center. According to district officials, school officials told Schertz police that a student had brought a gun to campus. Officers later found that Rodriguez was in possession of a gun. They arrested him while he was at home, and then they took him to the Guadalupe County Jail. Yesterday, we told you a student was found with a gun on the Clemens High School campus, which is also in the Schertz-Cibolo ISD.
Looking ahead, San Antonio Independent School District is expected to vote on the final 2024-25 budget 1 month from now.
And more tough decisions are ahead even after 15 schools are set to close. As Avery Everett shows us, choosing what to cut or change will not be easy.
School's almost out, but budget talks for the San Antonio Independent School District have only just started.
It is a really difficult situation.
SAISD sent this warning in April that its board would face, quote, tough decisions for the 2024-2025 budget. This comes after the district already decided to close 15 schools starting next fall under its right-sizing plan.
Our children are aware that something's happening.
Trustees are expected to vote on the budget in June. And families across the district say it's hard to hear that more change could be coming.
We feel welcomed here. We belong here.
This Pershing Elementary mom asked us not to show her face on camera. With 4 kids in SAISD schools, she says she has several questions.
Cutting the budgets for what? Why? Why aren't we making more?
In a statement, SAISD says it comes down to declining enrollment and dwindling state funds. This spring, the district has considered cutting vacant spots and freezing, quote, non-mission critical positions at the central office. It could also restructure district-level staff, reduce workday calendars, and decrease some programming.
SAISD says it's trying to be as efficient with its limited resources as possible. That's one of the reasons why they sold these 12 acres of land off Lord Road to the city about a month ago. SAISD says this could help them save some money in the long run, but ultimately it isn't a part of any right-sizing efforts.
So much is still unknown.
The school closure process has been an incredibly challenging one.
The district has its final budget workshop scheduled for next Wednesday, May 22nd. And the community hopes to get a clear picture of the changes at that meeting.
For the time and location of that meeting next week, we have all of that information right now on KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Avery. 640, 65 degrees on your Friday morning.
Still ahead, there is a lot going on this weekend across the Alamo City, including a visit from music icon Stevie Nicks. We're going to get you all caught up in just a few moments.
If you are looking for a job, Pre-K for SA is hiring. They are hosting a job fair tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at the Pre-K for SA West Education Center. That's on Enrique M. Barrera Parkway on the city's west side. Officials say they're looking for teachers, assistant teachers, teacher aides, and substitutes who can work in bilingual classrooms. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the event, and remember to bring your resume.
Also happening tomorrow, music icon Stevie Nicks is making a stop in the Alamo City. So she will be at the Frostbank Center for her live in-concert tour. And don't forget to post your concert pictures, Mark, on KSAT Connect.
To be clear, that was Mike singing, not me. And Whiskey Riot, a traveling whiskey tasting festival, is coming to San Antonio for the first time. They'll be here tomorrow at Freeman Expo Hall near the Freeman Coliseum and Frostbank Center. During the festival, you can sample more than 200 whiskeys and bourbons from around San Antonio and the U.S. People can also meet master distillers and try creative whiskey cocktails. All the details are on KSAT.com. And looking ahead to Sunday, San Antonio Brahmas finally back home in the Dome to take on the Arlington Renegades at 3 p.m. The Brahmas are looking for their 6th win of the UFL season as they make a push towards the playoffs. They'll also be home next week and take on the undefeated Birmingham Stallions. Horns forward. Good luck, guys.
Time now 6:45, and some of those roadways look pretty good right now. Let's check back with RJ.
Yeah, they do, and hopefully the Brahmas get it done. And also a reminder that commencement ceremonies for UTSA's spring graduating class will be taking place at the Alamo Dome starting today, so keep that in mind. Shout out to those Roadrunner grads. I'm a Bobcat, but you know what? I still give credit to the Roadrunners. That's going to be a fun scene out there at the Alamo Dome. A lot of people out there. All right, TransGuide traffic cameras, 35, Loop 410, traffic moving pretty good both directions there. 35 southbound there at Loop 410, same situation there as well. Biggest backup we're seeing at the moment right now is going to be in the I-10 Frio area for all of our drivers coming downtown to the near northwest side of town. We had an accident there that has cleared up, and the lower levels have been reopened there. But again, the upper levels, all that bridge work is taking place in that area, and we have cleared out that stall there at 35 at 37. So again, a citywide look here at things going on, and we have cleared out a lot of different things here. Of course, that stalled vehicle there in the Von Army area, we are good to go there. Also 410 Harry Wurzbach. All right, so this is going to be the last reminder, promise y'all, during our 6 o'clock hour here. Just want to let people know I-10 1604, major closure here. I-10 both directions, UTSA Boulevard, speaking of UTSA, to La Cantera. That will be shut down starting tonight. And then we have 1604 both directions there from La Cantera all the way to Stone Oak Parkway. Same situation there as well. Both directions 1604, that will be shut down. Again, hopefully they can reopen some of those main lanes of 1604 from Vance Jackson to Stone Oak Parkway by Sunday. We know a lot of people use obviously 1604 to get around that area. So it's going to be very busy on the northwest side. But guys, good news, no construction around the Frost Bank Center.
So that's good. That's good for this
head start.
Yes. So Stevie Nicks fans, you should be good to go for that concert.
That is very good news.
Look at you. Look at you.
That is awesome.
We were talking in the break, thinking back to some of the first Fleetwood Mac albums back in the mid 70s, way back when, or earlier than that. Yeah, back when prior to that, when she was just with
Fleetwood Mac,
Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh yeah,
they were just a duo, Buckingham Nicks. So. All right, enough reminiscing, and I won't break out into song singing Rihanna.
Oh please.
Just one.
Come on.
Come on.
Anyway, all right. Everything is tranquil out there by the airport right now. You can see we do have plenty of clouds hanging around, but down to the south, we still have these pretty hefty storms. Nothing is severe right now. They were severe earlier, although just as I say that, notice how this thing has really started to kind of fire up, and I want to stop that and take off the lightning, and you can see the center of that storm right there, and I just want to double check and see if, severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued for this. It is for Live Oak County. It goes up until 7:30 this morning, and the reason for that, I would suspect, is because of hail thrown on in there right in the center of that. So you look at that cell right there, and we're starting to see some very, very large hail in that storm. This is all working its way to the east at 25, 30 miles per hour. That has been the kind of average pace of these storms, and obviously some very hefty downpours thrown on in there as well. So let me check out the rainfall rates with this cell, and it is coming down. And this has been the situation with these cells, that they've been coming down at the rate of, let me do this again right here and show that. And you can see in the heart of some of these cells, about 7 inches per hour. So this is going to be crossing over 37 in a real short period of time. This will continue to work its way to the east. So you may be getting near by Mathis, but Beeville, also you're going to have to watch out for that cell. So this continues to work its way off to the east. And again, these have been just sort of blossoming up. We have more of this rain further on up to the north, and some decent downpours here in portions of Wilson County, also into Karnes County. Again, everything sliding off to the northeast at roughly 25 miles per hour. So well down here in southern Live Oak County, central southern Live Oak County, this is a severe cell just kind of on the fringes of our area. But if you are heading down 37, you're going to be running into that. So temperatures, we're in the 50s and 60s right now. Nice dry air moved in with all that huge complex that moved through northern counties and then dumped a bunch of rain around College Station last night. All of the damage that was done to the east of us in Houston, but that pulled in some drier air. So it is more pleasant today, and it's going to stay that way. 85 for a high temperature. We do have a lot of clouds hanging around here, and tomorrow's going to be okay. As far as the humidity is concerned, I mean, it'll start to work its way back in here, but not oppressively humid. We will make it into the mid-90s tomorrow, Sunday, blazing sunshine, and then hot and humid. More humidity in the morning next week, a little bit lower in the afternoon, kind of that usual cycle we go through, but it's going to be blazing hot. Hopefully a chance of rain by late next week.
I sure hope so. After, getting to 99.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Time now 6:51, 65 degrees.
All right, let's look out there with live cam and let's enjoy that 65 degrees. Not a bad morning to get outside. We'll be right back.
Good Friday morning. It is great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, Houston rocked by severe storms, at least 80-mile-per-hour winds, taking out skyscraper windows, killing at least 4 people. And at one point overnight, from Texas to Louisiana, more than 1 million customers without power. We'll get into all of that and track the next storms. Also, an ABC News exclusive with John Oates of Hall & Oates on their feud and lawsuit that may have ended 50 years of making music together. Also, we have New Kids on the Block live in Times Square on GMA.
5 minutes till 7.
Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
All right, if you're about to step outside right now, things are looking pretty good out there with the exception of just this back up here in the downtown area. Of course, we've been dealing for the past week or so with that bridge work that's taking place on the upper levels of I-10. But if you're driving through there, you kind of already know exactly what to expect in that area. Let's take a look at the maps here, and we're seeing a little bit of delays here again for all of our drivers coming out downtown area to I-10 westbound of Frio Street, Popular, and Fulton Avenue. One quick check of the citywide maps, and you see that everything else looking pretty good right now. No accidents, no major delays across many parts of the San Antonio area. Just one more reminder, stay safe if you're headed out on the far northwest side, 1604 and I-10. Mike?
If you're going down 37, you're going to run into some big storms down there. You can see that severe cell up until 7:30 this morning for southern Live Oak County heading in toward Beeville. It almost looks like that wants to turn a little more toward the east. Another couple of cells are developing in behind that. There is some quarter size, about 1 inch diameter hail, hefty downpours with those cells. And then you can see some rain around portions of Wilson County, kind of drifting off to the east just a little bit. Down to 63 right now. High today up to 85, but a scorching weekend.
All right, but today's nice.
Yeah, today's going to be fantastic.
Wonderful Friday. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for starting your day with us. Good Morning America is next.